Juice around the Cosmo today. We're doing facts or villages on penguins today, and this time, guess who I've got sitting next to me? It's Wendy. Hi guys, my name's Wendy. Well, I haven't been much in your videos lately ever, but I can't wait to rank the penguins with you today. Obviously, how many are we ranking? 13. Why is that? Well, the thing is, you know Chadwick, he's one of the 2.0 videos. I've already ranked him already, so that's why I've not included him in the penguins this time. Oh, I get it. So you do it separately for each ones. Exactly, that's how I do it, really. Okay, I can't wait. Who's our first one? Alright, let's get to it, shall we? So, our first one is Aurora. Well, the thing is, Aurora's actually like, one of those penguins that looks so adorable, doesn't she? And obviously, I'll recommend her being like a very good one for you to rank, because Aurora's definitely one of those penguins that you would just really on your iron really badly. Well, for me, she is. So I'll probably give her like a 9 out of 10, because one thing is, I love her design very much. It's very wintry themed, and plus she looks like one of those penguins, like one of the little baby penguins. She looks like she's a good reference to them. So, Wendy, what would you give her? I'll probably give her a 9 too, just be on the same side as you, really, because really, I don't really know how to do these things. Well, this is my first time, so yeah, I'm a little bit, thinking, well, I'll stick with your answer. Well, that's very nice of you. Yeah, let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Boomer, who's a lady villager. But the thing is, I do love his design very much. It's pretty unique, and obviously he looks like a pilot in my opinion. Because if you look at pilots have this like sort of like leathery little jackets, and have their own little hats, and they've got their own little glasses to go on top of it. I quite like the design very much. So honestly, I will give him probably like a 9 out of 10 for definite, because I would give him a 10, but I mean, he's not one of my favourite penguins. But honestly, if it was for me, it would have to be 9 out of 10. So, Wendy, what would you give him? It's kind of hard, but I have the best one to go with, which is going to be a 9 out of 10. So, again, I'm agreeing with you. Well, that was so easy. Sometimes Bella doesn't agree with me sometimes, Wendy. So our next one is Cube. Well, the thing is, Cube is another lazy fish, which is quite surprising, because I can't believe it, like, lazy fish in a row. Seriously? I know, right? But at the same time, I'm trying to sort of think this through, but he definitely looks very, like, original penguin, but he's got the plus signs, like his eyes, like plus signs. Well, it looks kind of different to some of the villages that we've seen who haven't got plus signs, And obviously, for me, I would have to give him around an 8 or maybe a 9 out of 10. But I think I'm going to go with probably a 9, because I love his design pretty well. But obviously, he's not one of my favourites. But I just love his design a little bit more. But obviously, he looks kind of awesome. And plus, everyone loves him. So if you guys do want to give him a high, go S tier or A tier. Or if you don't like him, then please just go below that or something like that. That's what I recommend. So Wendy, what's your thoughts on him? I can't think this through, because it's hard to tell these penguins apart, because obviously it's quite hard for some of us to think about it. But for me, I have no idea. It would have to be around an 8. It's my opinion. I don't know what to give him next. It's quite hard for me to decide. I can understand it. It's hard to like tore apart these penguins, because every time you try to tore apart, it's quite hard, isn't it? Because all of them look exactly the same. Well, even though there's a few differences between them both, but you can't even say anything about them, can you? Yeah, I understand. Should we get to the next one? Hopefully it's someone we can actually rank really high. Yeah, definitely. Let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Floyd. Well, the thing is, she's our first sister that we've now come across, because even though we had 2 lazies already, I was thinking, oh, what? 2 lazy fish in a row? My, this is definitely intense. But obviously our first one was definitely a Norvig, so you got to have that, haven't you? But obviously for me, for Flo, I think her catchphrase "char" does mean something. You know the Pussycat Dolls, one of their songs is called "Don't Cha." I like that. I feel like she might be a big fan of the Pussycat Dolls, and she might be one herself, so that's what's giving me that good opinion that she might get in a high. But obviously I'm probably going to give her a 7 anyway, because I'm not giving like big highs. I'm just not really sure if I should give her a high or not. But even though she looks quite cool to me, but I know not all of you like a big fan of Flo. So if you guys don't want her to be like the highest, then go low. If you do like her, then go high. So Wendy, what's your opinion on her? Well, to be honest, she's definitely looks so cool, and obviously, in my opinion, I think she deserves a 9 out of 10 from me, because you can't blame her. She looks different from everybody else. And plus, she looks so cool. And if you've got more cool sisters around, you can't go wrong with them. They stand out more sometimes. Even though they don't get along with Snoot Villages. Yeah, that's true. Let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Frigga, who's a snoofish. Well, the thing is, I'm not really a big fan of Frigga in my opinion because she's got that sort of look that gives me the creeps. And even thinks, well, she might have a bit of a bad attitude, which is what I mean. That's the only opinion I can give on her because I know the design looks quite, fitting, but it's the eyes. She's like she's giving you the evils for no reason. She's like she's on your threats that you don't want you on your island. So really, I'm gonna give her a 2 because that's what I mean. She gives me that creepy vibe on her, and plus she's got a bad attitude, so that makes me really scared of her. So Wendy, what would you give her? I'll agree on you on this. 2 will be a good one because she's definitely one of the creepiest ones of all time, and plus I'll be afraid of her as well. If she's got that bad attitude and that bad look about her, it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel bad, so that's why I'm going with 2 out of 10. Yeah, me too. Let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Gwen, who's another snoofish. Well, the thing is, I'm not a big fan of Gwen, in my opinion. It's her design that really off-puts me a little bit, and obviously the dress doesn't really fit her that well, so it puts me in the bad suits, and obviously I also got to say, she's got a bit of a bad attitude, just like her sister, Frigga, that we just ranked just not like a minute ago or a second ago, or something like that. But obviously, I'm not really sure if I should give her like a high or not, but obviously, maybe Wendy, could you help me out? Yeah, I'll probably help you out, maybe just a 4? Yeah, I think so. If we both stick on a 4, that might be a bit easy for us both. I know, it's hard to tell these penguins apart today. I don't know what's going on, really. It's just hard to tell these penguins apart, even though Frigga and Gwen are the worst, really. Yeah, they are a little bit, but obviously let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Harper, who's our first cranky village for today. Yippee, so we got someone different for a change. But the thing is, I'm not really sure about Harper, really, because I know his design looks quite good, though, doesn't it? His eyebrows look like they're sticking out a bit. That looks quite good. I quite like that. And obviously, the design's pretty good. I like how he's got his little dragon sort of jacket to fit with him. And it fits the design very well. But the problem is, I know what to rank him. It's quite hard, really. So, Wendy, can you help me out again? Yeah, I sure do. Well, the thing is, I'm not really sure what I'm going to give him as well. It's quite hard. But the thing is it just me that his eyes are very red? Yeah, that's the thing. But I'm not really sure what I should give him because one thing is his design's so good. But he might have a bad temperament, but what would I give him? It's going to be quite hard. We can't leave it blank, can we? We've got to think of something. Well, let me think for a sec. Maybe a 5 out of 10? Yeah, but the thing is, I've not really met him in person yet. I've not even known what he's like, Maybe we should stick with 5. Well, I was going to give him a low anyway, but I'm not really sure if I should now. Yeah, this is getting confusing for both of us. Should we just stick with 5? Yeah, I think so, because we have no idea what we're going to go with next, are we? Yeah, let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Iggly, who's another lazy village. Can't believe it. 3 lazy villages in a row. This is crazy, but obviously Iggly looks so different from some of them. And plus he's pretty, adorable because I have done his house at Harrow Paradise before. It's quite good. I quite like his house at Harrow Paradise and it is on the main island, The thing is, I do love his design. I like how he's wearing like a bit of summery sort of like little fisherman's shirt. And it really does suit him very well. And the thing is, I am going to give him a high, which is going to be probably a 9 out of 10. Because his design looks so different from some of the penguins. Because some of the penguins, they don't look, like he is. He's got a lot of sort of pastel colours to go with him a little bit. And plus, he looks definitely different from some of them. So, Gwen, do you agree? Yeah, I think so. I think it's definitely quite good, doesn't he? I quite like his design myself. So, yeah, I'll go 9 10 as well. So, let's get to the next one, shall we? I can't wait. So our next one is Pug, who's unfortunately now a lady villager. How many lady villagers are in this series, in these species? This is mad. I just can't believe it. How many more ladies are in this, species that I'm ranking today? I'll need to tally this out because this is just ridiculous. The thing I do like his design very much. He looks quite different from some of the penguins. You know what I mean by that? Because he's wearing like a very cool little sweater with the word M on it, which is quite cool. Maybe it stands for neon or something, like neo lights or something. I'm not sure really. But he's wearing like an ice hockey sort of like headgear or something because it looks quite good though. It really suits him very well. But obviously, if you take the headgear off of him, he looks quite different, doesn't he, without it? But obviously, for me, for Puck, it might have to be like a solid 9 out of 10, because I'm not really sure if I should give him a 10 or not, because I like his design pretty well, but I don't know what I'm going to do about it really. But Wendy, what would you give him? Well, I might disagree, but obviously you're not going to see this coming, are you? Wait, what are you going to do? What are you going to give him then? A 10? So you didn't tell me that you're going to give him a 10? Well, his design's so cool, isn't he? He's different from some of the penguins, so why not give him a 10? I'm literally lost for words. I know you're lost for words, but at the same time, we've got to go for a 10 for him. I think I should stick with 10, but obviously, if you do like Puck, please go high. If you don't, then give him something a bit lower than probably like maybe lower than a 10 or maybe something like that, but I'm not sure. But let's get to the next one, shall we? Because obviously, hopefully it's not another lazy villager. Is that right, Railway Crossing? Yeah, that's true. So our next one is Rolled, who's actually a jock villager at least. Phew, no more lazy villagers for me to rank. Man, there was lots of them. Well, for me, Rolled's definitely one of those popular ones, isn't he? He's definitely popular because if you look on ArrowCrossingPort.com, he's actually like, in tier 1. And I keep seeing him up in there sometimes, but half the time he doesn't get mentioned. But obviously I know for sure that he's quite popular, isn't he, Rolled? So at the end of the day, I will give him a 9 out of 10. But obviously if you guys really like Rolled, please give him an S tier if you're doing it on tier list, or just give him a 10 or something like that. Well, whatever you do, give him a high. If you guys don't, then it's alright if you guys disagree with me or not. But at the same time, Randy, what would you give him? 9? Cool, so you agree with me on this time, wouldn't you? Well, the thing is, I do like Puck. He's different, isn't he? But obviously, for Roll's sake, I do like his design. But obviously, I'm not suggesting that be one of my favourites. But at the same time, I've got to go with a 9 with you, because then at least we're both on the same level, right? Yeah, that's true. Let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Sprinkle. The thing is, Sprinkle's like, a penguin that everyone really loves, and I've seen her like a few times, but mostly not all the time. But at the same time, she reminds me of like an ice cream with lots of sprinkles, because if you look by her name, Sprinkle, it does mean something. So I was thinking, that's a good example of her being referred to like an ice cream with a lot of sprinkles all over it. So that's why I would reference that really. But I'm not sure I'm going to rank her. So Wendy, can you help me out? Well, maybe you should go for a 9 out of 10. Yeah, I'll literally recommend that, because if I go for a 9 out of 10, that'll be a good one, because she is quite popular these days, isn't she? Yeah, of course she is. Right, let's get to the next one. So our next one is Tex, who's the only small villager in the species of penguins. But the thing is, I'm not really sure about Tex, really. He's not the one I'm really interested in. And plus, he's the one that I'm not really sure what I'm going to rank him with. So Wendy, could you please help me out on this one? Well, the thing is, his design's a bit off-putting, so I wonder why you're a bit, confused about there. But obviously, for me, I would have to go a bit low, because not everyone likes text in everybody's opinions, so maybe we should just go for 1? Or just go 2? Well, maybe we can just go for 2, maybe, because I know that text is not everyone's favourite, so maybe we'll just go low for him. Yeah, I think so. Obviously, the next one we're going to have will be our final one, so let's see who we can get a high rank or a low rank. Let's see. I can't wait, So our last one we have is Wade. Well, the thing is, Wade I've not seen much of, but he is definitely like a natural sort of penguin that you would be looking to have on your island at some point. But I also recommend him to be in like maybe around Kid Core, because by looking at his shirt, it's got a frog on it. So that counts as Kid Core related if you wanted him that bad. But obviously for me, I haven't seen him that often, but I haven't actually had him on my iron previously either. So it's really quite for me hard to rank. So what I'm probably going to do is probably go with a 9, just to be on the safe, because he's not one of my favourites. So if he was one of my favourites, I would have given him like roughly a 10 out of 10, like roughly. But I wouldn't suggest going like 10 out of 10 if I wanted to, but that's what I mean. But Wendy, what would you give him? 8. Well, that was quite quick. I know, I just had a quick thought, and I thought maybe an 8, maybe, or I'm not really sure, but I would like to know what we're going to probably do afterwards. Yeah, me too. Well, there was a lot of things to go through, because there was actually like 13 of them to rank today, so that's why it was a little bit longer than I thought. But obviously, I also got to tell you is that the music in the background, that was actually DJ KK, because obviously I thought I might as well play some music in the background, because sometimes I don't do it on my ranking videos previously, do I? So I thought we should do that for a change. No, seriously, it's a bit, weird having Wendy here with me, but I thought for a change, why not have Wendy rank with me for a change? Because sometimes I rank with Melba sometimes, but I thought, why not Wendy? Is that right, Wendy? Yeah, I can't believe it. My first ranking today. Wow, that was awesome. But obviously, for me, I'll literally give you guys a little question for you guys. Can you all tally how many laserfish were in the species of penguins? Because we'd like to know that in the comments. Yeah, exactly. Make sure to leave a like on this video, and if you're new to Railneck Crossing channel, please subscribe to our channel because there's a lot of content involving Animal Crossing content and Miitopia content that you might enjoy, so feel free, And also turn on notifications for further Animal Crossing Miitopia content from her. As I can say, it's goodbye from me, Wendy. It's goodbye from Railneck Crossing. I'll see you guys in the next one, so bye!